This video is created for the Four Corners Regional Education Cooperative, the statewide technology initiative. Our goal is to assist teachers in implementing technology into their classrooms and their lessons. Today's topic is more freebies on the web. Before we continue, please take a moment and pause the video and scan this QR code to sign in to the lesson, just so we can track who's participating in these lessons. All right, thank you for signing in. Like I said, the topic is just a short overview of some places where you can find some freebie things that you can use in your classrooms on the web. I'm going to start off with some graphics, images, and more. Just be sure when you do use graphics and images that if you need to attribute to the author, make sure you post those, and I'll show you some of the places where you can find how to attribute these when you need them. All right, so the first place is for some graphics. Creative Commons, and what it is it's a nonprofit organization that works with creators to allow their works to be used under certain conditions. There's a variety of search engines that include clip art, 3D models, videos, music, images, and more. So I'm going to take you to Creative Commons. This is just like their home page. Just kind of tells what they do. If you want to search for something, you can come up here to the top where it says Use and Remix. And I click on it, and if I drag on down, it says Search the Commons, and to visit Openverse to search. And then here's where it tells you a little bit about attributing, giving credit to whoever took the picture or created the item that you're going to be using. So I'm going to click on Openverse. And here's where there's all different kinds of places to search for. I'm just going to leave it on Openverse. And let's say I want to search for a fighter jet. I've already done a search like that. And Creative Commons, you can find images and audio clips that you can use. So if you decide that you find one that you want, you can click on it and just get a little bit bigger picture of what you're going to use. And if you click on to get this image, you can download it. But what I wanted you to see here is how to credit the creator. So if you decide to use this, especially if you're going to be posting it on the web, you really should give credit to whoever created the image or whatever it is that you're using. And so if you just do the copy text, it will copy it, and then you can go paste it into wherever you're putting your image. Okay, so that's just a real quick overview of Creative Commons. Okay, another place to get some good royalty-free images is called Unsplash. And so I'm going to go to that. It's another just great resource. Again, you need to kind of pay attention to your search results, because there is a place up on top that takes you to istock.com where you have to purchase them. So don't think that you have to purchase them all. If you just go down a little bit farther, you can see the free ones. So I'm going to click on Unsplash. And it just takes us, there's across the top, there's all different kinds of categories: greener cities, wallpapers, 3D renders, nature, travel. And if you hit the arrow, you can get even more: food and drink, people, health and wellness, athletics, just all kinds of different categories. But let's say I want to search for my fighter jet in Unsplash. Up here at the top, this is where I said you kind of want to be careful. These ones up here at the top are to pay for. It's a website called istock.com, so you do have to pay for those. But if you come on down here a little bit lower, you can see these are all from Unsplash. And you can just, once you pick one that you like, you can click on it. You can share it. You can copy it. You can paste it. And I'm going to close that out. All right, so that is for Unsplash, just for some, mostly just images for Unsplash. Okay, if you like to use emojis, you've probably found that you can find emojis in Google, but I like this one because you can search, where Google you have to just scroll through and hope you come across what you want. This is called Emoji Copy. And like I said, there's a search engine up here. You can just scroll through and look to see what all they have. There's a lot. But if you have something in mind that you want, like if you want a purple heart, then it searches for it for you, so you don't have to scroll through and find what you want. Once you find it, you would just click on copy, and then you would go to wherever it is that you want to put it in, your Word document or your presentation or whatever, and be able to use that emoji. And all of those are free, and they try to keep it updated pretty well. Okay. Next, just a couple of places to find videos. We all know that YouTube is a great source for videos, but sometimes you want to need something different. Probably a lot of you have heard about TED Talks. This is called TED Ed. It has all kinds of videos to choose from. Each video that I came across anyway includes a watch, think, dig deeper, and discussion section, which your students can look at or you can assign to them. And you can share it through your learning management system. So I'm just going to go to this web page. And if you go up here to Discover, there's several different things. I'm just going to click on Lessons. And let's say we want something about World War II. Sometimes there's a ugly history. Let's just look at this one. And here's the video. And then here's the watch. Think. Says there's 5 questions, 5 multiple choice, and 3 open-ended. There's a little where you can learn more and some discussion questions. And if you wanted to post this in your Google Classroom, you just click on this link and be able to share it. Okay, so that's TED Ed. I like this one because it does have everyone that I've looked at anyway has these 4 extra pieces to them for you to use with your class. Okay, another one is called Spark 101. It is geared towards STEM, and there are 10-minute videos, again, like I said, with STEM topics, so I'll just click on it. Science, technology, engineering, math. There's not a ton of them, but you never know. There might be something in here that would be useful to you. There's career snapshots, which just kind of has somebody talking about the different careers that they could use. And then just renewable energy is one topic, just some different topics that you might possibly be able to use, like I said, mostly for STEM activities. They also have, I can find it. Here's some other activities that you could use. And I'm not seeing where I was thinking about there are some challenges that you can assign to the students that take quite a while. I think they said like 4 to 10 hour challenges where they could work on as groups and submit their solutions. All right, moving on from videos, there's some different things that you can use to get your students involved in using technology, interacting with the technology. One of them is called Kahoot, and it's, we just go straight to it. It kind of looks like you have to pay, but if you drag down, this kind of tells you all about it. Here's the packaging. But you do not have to pay for all of it. There are some things that are for premium pricing. But you can just go ahead, like if you click on the sign up, choose yourself as the teacher. Well, I've already signed up, so I can't do it again, but I'm going to. Oh, right here's where I was trying to get to. There's the 3 different premium plans. So it looks like you have to pay to do it, but if you come down here to the bottom, it says continue with basic. And then you have access to a lot of stuff. Just there's a couple of things that you don't have access to. But if you come over here to discover, there's a lot of pre-made activities. And if it says the K plus access pass, that means it's one that you'd have to pay for. There is a place to filter. I don't remember where I saw that. But you can filter and get rid of the ones that are not free, but you can put in a topic, you can put in a grade level, and you can put in a subject, and you don't have to put them all in, you can just put in whatever you want. So like here, I put in plant and animal cells. This very first one is a premium one that I would have to pay to use, but this second one does not have that. It's not a premium one, so I could click on it and look at it and decide if I want to use it. It shows what the questions are. And if you want to know more about Kahoot, I did create a video earlier on how to use Kahoot. It's just a question and answer type thing where you can have the kids answer the questions and get some results immediately. They just do it on one of their devices. Okay. Pear Deck is another interactive. It is actually, if you use Google Slides, it's an extension that you can add on to Google Slides, or you can also use it with PowerPoint. There's lots of pre-made lessons, again, that you can have access to. Every once in a while there's some that have some premium access, but most of them are free. So let me click on Pear Deck and take you there. Like it says, you can sign up for free. I'm going to go ahead and log in so you can see what I have, or where you can, what they've got. The Content Orchard is the pre-made stuff. And so you can look through there. Again, you can filter by grade, by subject, by category if you want to. You don't have to do those. Guess I didn't get a very good filter in there. Let me take third grade off there. Let's do an 11th grade biology. And so here are some pre-made ones that you can use. And again, if you want to learn a little bit more about how to use Pear Deck, there is a separate video on how to use Pear Deck. Right now I'm just kind of showing a few things that you can get for free. All right, Flip is another neat online tool. It's a video sharing app that allows students to record their responses, and you can actually kind of have little discussions back and forth between yourself and the students, and between the students each other as recordings. So if we go to there, this is where you would sign in, sign up if you wanted to decide you want to sign up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and log in so you can see what it is. And this is just one that I made. Said record a 2-minute video showing 3 things you know about horses. The students would click on record and they would record their video on whatever topic you want. I just made my top 5 about horses. Okay, if you want to see what other people have made, after you've logged in, you can come over here to Discovery, and if you drag down, there's featured collections, and then there's here where you can filter some of the different things that people have made. There's Pi Day, how to memorize pi, equivalent fractions in baking. There's a Black History Month. So if you find one that you like, you can click on it and it tells you what it is about it. And if you decide it's one that you want to use, you can click on Add Topic and make it your own. And most of them you can edit. I think there's a few that whoever created didn't want you to build edit, but most of them you can edit after you downloaded it. Okay, another place is called Genially. It has a lot of options. The one that caught my attention was the interactive images. But there's a lot of different things that you can create: presentations, videos, infographics, games, all kinds of stuff. So again, most of these things are free, but then they usually have a premium part where you can pay a little extra to do some, to have a few access to a few other things. These with the horse on them are ones that I made. This one about Virginia Woolf is one that somebody else made. And you can just find the pre-made ones. The students can look at the image, and then each one of these has an interactive element to it. So if you want to see what it is, this little eyeball here is preview, and this is what the students would see if you assigned it to them. And then, like I said, each one of these has a little pop-up thing that will tell more about Virginia Woolf or whatever it is that you decide that you want to do. This one brings up a video. Some different facts about Virginia Woolf. So this is called an interactive image. After you're through looking at it, you can go back to edit. All right, some of the things that you can create. If you click on Create Genially, here's where you can choose what you want to create: presentations, infographics, games, guides, videos, the interactive images, training materials, just all kinds of stuff that you can use and create. If you want to see what somebody else has done, click on the inspiration, and you can up here type in a search for whatever you want. If it says reusable, that means you can take it and edit it. If it doesn't say reusable, you can still use it, but you just can't edit it. All right, so that's Genially. These are just things that kids can actually interact with and use to get them involved using technology. Graphic designer tools. Probably you know about these, but just in case, Canva is free to all educators. So you can just sign up for it. You just have to use your school email, and it's free. It's a place where you can create posters, presentations, flyers. You can create a template and assign it to the student, and then they call it Remix, where they edit it and make it their own as an activity. So let's look at Canva right quick. Again, there's pre-made stuff that you can use to get ideas or use for yourself. I'm already logged in, but if you come down here to templates, you can make documents, whiteboard, activities, presentations, videos, all different kinds of things. And then there's the templates down here that you can look at. Okay, the Adobe collection, the Adobe Creative Cloud, is also free for educators. You may have to have your IT department request access before you can sign up. But once you do get signed up, you've got access to Photoshop, Illustrator, Acrobat, Dreamweaver, just all different kinds of things. And again, there's all kinds. If you go to the Adobe Education Exchange, there's all kinds of activities that people have shared that you can use for inspiration to figure out what you might want to do, or you can actually, most of them, you can take them and download them for yourself and then change them to fit your needs or use them exactly the way they are. So to make posters, that kind of thing. Right. Video recording and editing. If you like to work with videos and make them your own and personalize them, Open Broadcaster software is a free video recording application, and then Shotcut is a free video editing application. So you can create videos in some of these others that we've talked about, but these are just where you can just make your own. The Open Broadcaster software, they do kind of have a little bit of, both of these kind of have a little bit of a learning curve on how to use them. But you can just download. And I think YouTube has some pretty good lessons where you could, if you wanted to use them, you could search YouTube and get some ideas on how to work with them. And then Shotcut is the same thing, only it's how to edit your videos that you make, and it's free, it's open source. You just click and download on it. And then again, it does have a little bit of a learning curve on how to edit or learning to edit, but YouTube is a good place to go to get the basics for it. Right. A couple of more specific ones for math and science. GeoGebra is a free digital graphing tool where you can create class activities and simulations. There's several different calculators, a graphing calculator, a 3D calculator, probability calculator, and there's all kinds of projects that other educators have posted that you can take and use as they are or edit them to make them your own. So if you go to GeoGebra, I'm going to log out for just a minute. No, it's not going to let me log out. Which you hope here home is where I was wanting to be anyway. There's the different applications, the different calculators. GeoGebra Classic is a good place to start. And you can have it graph things for you. The students can graph it, and there's all different kinds of things that you can do with it. If you want to see what other people have created, if you come down here to resources, we've got 4 different categories that you can click on and start looking, just kind of start exploring what they've got. So this is just patterns of a cube. It says move the sliders and points. So as you move the sliders, and if you use YouTube, it'll tell you how to use the sliders. So you can animate stuff, your kids can animate stuff. And so there's all kinds of resources in GeoGebra that you can use, mainly for math and science. Okay, another one is called PhET, I guess is what you would call it. It's an interactive simulation. They say they have 163 different simulations for math and science. So kind of a limited number of activities, but there might be some things in here if you're a math or science teacher, that you can access physics, chemistry, math, earth science, biology. And so if you, whatever your interest is, biology, here's some different ones, simulations for biology, molecular polarity, and then there's interactive. With different things. Okay, so those two are mostly math and science related. And the last one, this website has a whole bunch of freebies listed. But what caught my attention was the different music that you can download to use in your classroom, like for your PowerPoint presentations or for whatever it is that you might decide you need music for. So, like I said, this website says they have 324 different tools that are free for teachers. Some of them are ones that I've already talked about, but this gives the list of all the different things that they have created. So the one that I'm interested in is the music, and it's all the way to the bottom. These have all different links for all different kinds of free stuff that might be usable to you, but I'm going to scroll down here to the bottom, and it's the second to last one is the one. So here's some more places where you could get free images if you wanted to, but the next one up has 34 sites for royalty and Creative Commons music for teachers. So you could just, just pick one. And then there's all different kinds of music that you can download. All right. So that was just a quick overview of some free things that I've found that you can use in your classroom with your students. And if you wouldn't mind, I would appreciate it if you would scan this QR code and just a short survey on what you thought about this lesson. And thank you for attending, and watch for more videos.